everybody, my name is Lauren.
Hello, my name is Kaitlyn.
We work with the Aquatics department for the city of Myrtle Beach at Pepper Gettings Recreation Center. And with all of the closures, people are spending a lot more time together. We're spending a lot more time outside and maybe spending some time near some water outside if you have your own personal pool, or even if you just have a creek or a river, or if you have a private access to the beach. So we wanted to make sure that everybody is staying safe outside. We are going to go over a couple of different topics with you today. One of them is different types of life jackets and how to wear them safely and when you should be wearing them. And then also how to stay safe now that we are spending so much time outside in the sun. We do want to go over a little bit of sun safety as well. So we have different types of life jackets available for different types of activities. When you are looking for a life jacket, or if you're checking life jackets that you already own, you do want to see if there is a label on the inside and just see if it is see if it is Coast Guard approved. If it is Coast Guard approved, it will say that inside the label. It will also tell you what kind of life jacket it is, what activity it is safe for, and the weight range of the person who should be wearing that life jacket. So you want to make sure that you're wearing a life jacket that's appropriate to the activity that you're going to be doing. There are 5 different kinds of life jackets. We have offshore life jackets, which are for being out in open water. You have nearshore buoyancy vests, which are made for inshore waters or very calm waters. And those are also going to be good for boating. Those are going to be good for swimming in the pool. You have throwing devices. You have flotation assists, and you have your special use life jackets that are going to be for whitewater rafting and other recreational things that are very specific. So most people don't need those kinds of things. Mostly what you're going to need is that near shore buoyancy vest. So we do have different types available here. We have our adult, and we have the child, and then we have infant. These are going to be pretty close to being the same thing. These are both for children. These is going to be 30 to 50 pounds, and this is mostly just has the wings on the side there to go through the arms. Once the kids are toddler age, a lot of them are very uncomfortable with the life jackets being up around their necks. So if you do see a swimmer like this that has the arms, just make sure it's U.S. Coast Guard approved and it is safe for those children to wear as well. So we do have a model here available, and
Mason?
Kaitlyn is going to show you how to properly fit a life jacket.
All right. So when I'm fitting my friend Mason here with the life jacket, I am looking for the user weight, and it's over 90 pounds, the chest side, and it is Coast Guard approved. This one is an adult, so I'm going to place this over Mason's head. There is one strap. Some of the child's strap do have one that goes between the legs. You must keep that clipped at all times. I'm going to ask him to raise his arms, go around, and you want to make sure that the buckle is not broken. The strap here, there's no frays or there's no tears. Now, you want to make sure when you're placing the life jacket on your child or another adult that it's right near the belly button. And also, when you fit, you want to place your hands under here and have us raise his hands. And if it goes up past his ears, that means that it is too small. Right now it doesn't go up, it fits him nicely. It's secured around the back. Now, if Mason were to enter the pool, what he would do is he would put 2 hands right here and right here. This is going to prevent him from the life jacket going up. This is going to keep the life jacket down when he is entering the water. Okay?
Just remember, when you're pulling these out of your storage, you do want to check all of the straps and make sure that everything is intact. You can check the straps material, you can check the buckles. Also, if you have anything extra like these arms, give them a firm tug and make sure that nothing has dry rotted in the season since you've used it past. When you are trying to decide whether or not you do need to be wearing a life jacket, just remember it's always safer to have it on you than it is for you to have just sat on it and not put it on. If you are an inexperienced swimmer, or if you are a child and you're just around water, you should be wearing your life jacket. If you are even an experienced swimmer and you are on a boat, you should always be wearing a life jacket, whether or not you're an experienced swimmer, if you're an adult or a child. Now we're going to talk about staying outside and how to stay safe in the sun now that everybody is spending so much more time in it probably. Things that we all know can happen outside in the sun are sunburns, but there's also a few other issues that can happen when you spend too much time outside and you're unprotected from the sun. The sun can not only cause sunburns, but it can also cause damage to our skin in the form of dark spots. It can cause early aging of the skin. It can cause wrinkles, a loss of elasticity, but most importantly, it can cause skin cancer. If you spend too much time unprotected out in the sun, there's a lot of serious damage that you can do to the skin cells. And your eyes also experience some damage as well. You can get cataracts, which is a condition that causes blurry vision. And you can also burn the cornea, which is that film that covers, the clear film that covers the part of your eye. So we do want to make sure that we are staying safe in the sun. You can wear sunscreen, you can wear a hat, you can wear sunglasses, all to help counteract that. But also, we have a way to measure when it is safe for us to be outside and when we should be inside or at least playing in the shade with the appropriate protection. The sun, the part that causes all of those harmful things, we have UV radiation. UV radiation is ultraviolet light. That is the part of light that comes from the sun that can cause all of those harmful things and such as skin damage and sunburns and the skin cancer. So we want to protect ourselves from those UV rays. And we do that by playing in the shade, by wearing sunglasses, by wearing a hat, and by wearing sunscreen. But if you're interested to see what the UV radiation is going to be in your area during that time, we have the UV index, which is something that is created by the EPA and by the National Weather Service. So that is available every day. You can look it up online and it will tell you what the UV rays are in your area for that day.
Okay. How to protect yourselves. If you are looking at a UV protection chart, I just got this from the internet. It shows you low to extreme high. In this case, say it's the UV is a 6 to 7 for an example. You're going to want to wear sunglasses, sunscreen. When you're applying sunscreen, if you go outside, you want to do it at least 15 minutes prior to an outdoor activity, or if you're going to go to the pool or the ocean. And you're going to want to reapply sunscreen every 2 hours. Also wants you to wear a hat, a shirt, stay in the shade, and stay under an umbrella. Now, extreme high cases where the UV is really high, 11 and plus, this happens between 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. The best thing to do if you are fair-skinned or you're elderly or you have a small child is to stay indoors during that time. Please be advised that your chances of getting sunburn are higher during those times. If you want to do outdoor activities, please wait till after those UV rays come back down and it's not so hot. Like I said, you can always find this online or go to the Weather Service Center and find things like that there.
Also be aware that the UV rays are going to be higher at certain areas of the world. You're going to find higher UV rays at the equator, at higher altitudes because you're literally closer to the sun in that instance. But even though we're at sea level here and we're not exactly on the equator, the sun belts in the United States consist of the south and southwestern states, and those are states that have longer summers and shorter winters. And South Carolina is right in the middle of that sun belt, so be aware that we do experience a higher than average number of days where we have a high UV index. So if you are spending a lot of time outdoors, remember to stay safe. If you can be inside between 10 a.m. and 4 p.m., please do so. If you are going to be outside during that time, please take the appropriate precautions. Wear your sunscreen, use sunglasses, wear a hat, reapply your sunscreen when needed, and if you can play in the shade, please play in the shade.
Make sure to drink your water.